Mate, what can I help you with today?
So I've got a business in two locations, as you know, as my coach, and I've got to the point where I just can't manage two locations that are separated by about 600 k's. So I'm going to hire a manager for the other spot. What sort of things do you recommend that I look for in a manager? With that sort of parameter of being a 600 k distance between the two spots.
Yeah, good question. I mean, for me, because you're going to be trusting somebody with, a major part of your business and you're not going to have eyes on it, character has got to be more important here than skill, right? Because you need somebody you can fully trust. Now, you can't shortcut character. So you're going to have walked with this person, or maybe not walked with them, but you're going to have to observe this person pretty well over a period of time, right? To know whether because anybody can fake it, right? You've had interviews where they've told you they're amazing, and then 3 minutes into the job, they're not even remotely close. So you need somebody who has told you what they can do and done it for a while. Ideally, somebody that's been put under pressure so that you can see how they handle pressure. And then once you've got that person, I think the way to make sure they're successful is constant communication with them. So not micromanaging, but having them report to you and you report back to them consistently, at least once a day in the early stages, so that they don't feel like they were dropped in it. I'd be looking for somebody who, in their past role at some point, has been given a lot of rope and they didn't hang themselves, right? So somebody that maybe ran their own business and it didn't work out, they'll be a really good intrapreneur, right? An entrepreneur in an organization, a good wingman, a good 2IC. Because they understand the importance of business and KPIs and numbers, but they didn't quite have the skills to get their business going. They would be a great person. Alternatively, somebody that's had a lot of pressure over the years and they handled it well. Even if it was pressure in a completely different role. If they were selling cars and now they're coming to you as a cleaning business, that wouldn't matter to me. It's how they handled pressure over a sustained period of time that I would want to know. And so you could probably find that just by calling references and so forth. Do you have somebody in mind? Have you got a bit of a skill set there that, is this a blank canvas for you, or do you have somebody in mind that you could go to?
No, I don't really. I have a few people I know, but they're not interested. So I'd be looking for someone through the traditional job market, which I guess has its, as you said before, has its limitations at the best of times. But I'm not sure that I, at this point, have a choice. There's no one I can think of personally that I could even offer that job to.
Great. So I would be hiring. I would find a way to see if I could really. I would put a test in front of them, right? Somewhere in the journey of the employment process, I'd put a test in front of them to try and filter out character somehow. Like tell us something you did good. Like in your cover letter, tell us something you did good for your community, right? In your cover letter, tell us something, ? Insert what you'd want. And, and you might really find, because a lot of people don't brag about themselves in Australia, right? Honest people don't brag about themselves. It's not a cool thing to do. So by doing this, they might actually say, well, I served on my local, netball committee for, 13 years as chairman. And and then that gives you a bit of an idea. No one, if they don't play well with people, they wouldn't have been kept around. They've got staying power because they stayed for 13 years. Those kind of things. They obviously felt a level of responsibility to want to stay. So those kind of things give you a behind the scenes look at these people. So you obviously can't ask really pointy questions, but you can say, tell me about a time that you did something for the community and if they say, I once went to the community dance, that's it. Like they've done nothing for the community. They probably don't care. Yeah, but if they can give you a good answer to that, then they're probably a good candidate. And then, you know what? You're going to, I was going to say, you're probably going to have to hire two to find one, right? That's the pessimist in me. Just because I know. And so here's one of the things that would be interesting would be to really sit down with them and say, this is the character of the person that I need. And I want you to show me in the first 3 to 6 months, right? And have a carrot at the end. Be willing to give them a carrot and say, listen, If at the end of 3 to 6 months, whatever you set, you and I both agree that you've got the character and the skills to do this job, then we're going to do this for you. Because it's worth a lot of money for you to have somebody who you can leave behind while you build another area, right? And they actually build the area while you're gone. That's worth a lot of money to you. So we wouldn't want to scrimp and save on that person. We would rather, once they showed you, give them a really big carrot, get them on the bus, and keep them there.